All right. Hello, 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 everyone. Hey, Darth. Hey, April. Hey, AC. Is there anyone else I missed here, real quick? I know everyone should be filing in here in a minute. Um, so, you know, since I almost had a tree kind of almost fall on me the other day, and the storm knocked my power out for like 6-ish hours, I kind of didn't get most of what I was supposed to get done this weekend. So I called in some reinforcements. Okay, hey, Mrs. C, and I am glad to hear that your dad did not break anything because broken stuff hurts. So hey, Juju, hey, AC, hey, Mrs. C. I don't know if I said hey to everyone, but I'm saying hey again. Hey, Darth again. But yeah, so I called in some reinforcements. I asked for a super secret guest to come in, and it's not Juju for once. It's not Juju B. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring our super secret guest up for tonight, and we can say hey. Hey.
Hello. We're going to try to detect disguise the voice. Doesn't work. I know it doesn't.
We found a wild fish nerd.
Yes. Um, yeah. Figure talk about my other passion. Being the fat boy, you got to learn how to cook.
Hey, cooking is good. We should get AC up here too for that one. AC is a great cook. So yeah, AC is so. But yeah. So I've got some pictures of what you did tonight. So you're gonna have to talk about that and tell us what all you did. Hey, Grace.
I tried something new. And Mrs. C, the wifey is right next to me. But yeah, no, Mosey and I were talking about one of my favorite recipes, the salt crust grill. Basically, encasing a roast in about an inch of salt mixture, and it just turns out one of the most tender and juicy roast I've ever had. And saw where people were doing this with full chickens. Had to try it. Tasted good, but my cooking time is off.
Well, it was the first time, so
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
understand that. Sometimes you gotta tweak things.
Right, right. And me, I love the odd, odd type recipes and crazy things. I have one for if you go camping, a campfire ham where you basically encase a ham in two pizza crusts and throw it in the middle of the campfire. And when the crust burns away, we're done. People look at you real weird when you drop a whole ham in the fire.
Yeah, yeah. It's been so long since I've been camping too. Like I've got to learn all the camp cooking again, especially get an RV, get out on the road. So
Right.
that's kind of one of those things we're gonna do. I need to hang on one second. I am gonna throw some of these pictures up on the stream real quick.
Okay. I'll talk about them.
I should have actually already sent these to somewhere, but I didn't. So you know, I should have already. I didn't come prepared again, but that's kind of what I do. Ever unprepared. Hey, clumsy. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, sorry I missed the class. It's been a crazy weekend. But I will be at the next one. So okay, let's see what I got going on here.
No, I didn't try any of the dark. How'd that come out? Okay.
Um, hang on one second. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am really unprepared today. I'm I'm a mess. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first one I'm going to share is, I guess, where you, is the beginning. You know, where you started at. So
More or less, yeah.
start at the beginning.
Start near the beginning.
So let's start there. Let's see if I can. Oh,
And
stop
of
it.
course, it's not going to behave.
All right. Now let's share this picture. So while you're talking about that one, I'll go ahead and load up the extra one, the next one.
Okay, all right. But yeah, if people have notebooks and things ready, I can go through the whole recipe. It's fairly simple, but basically the first step is to turn the oven on to 525 and let that warm up while you rip the top off of 1 to 3 boxes of kosher salt and empty all that into a bowl. Then mix in eggs to make a paste. Oh, hey, there. Now I can finally see chat.
You're welcome. Okay, let me.
Sean was nice enough to pull it up on my other phone. But yeah, mix eggs in to make a paste. Oh no, before the eggs, I always season the salt. Throw in dried herbs. Easiest way is the packets of the Italian dressing. You toss one of those in and mix that in well. I like to shoot from the hip and make my own. Yeah, there it is. The bowl on the left is the salt crust, and the pan is the first layer of salt in the bottom. Let's see, I added some parsley flakes and some rosemary, a little sage, some garlic powder. Well, actually, granulated garlic. But yeah, mix up some dried herbs into salt and then start mixing eggs in to make it into a paste form. Yeah, if for those that remember the grade school paste or even Play-Doh is a consistency you're looking for. If it mine, I rushed it. I probably should have added one more egg, but generally for a boneless roast, you I'll use 1 pound more than what the roast calls for. This was a 6 pound, 6.5 pound chicken, and I used 6 pounds of salt, and I ended up a little shy. But makes eggs roughly 1 per pound of salt. And yes, it does seem like a lot of salt, but your meat does not end up salty at all. Just juicy, tender, fall apart. Always good.
Okay, dokie. I'm gonna go to the next one now. Hang on, let me take that one down and throw the next one up there. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? Hopefully, I don't close the whole thing out. Okay, there we go. Did I do that? Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
Oh well.
okay. Oh boy, Anari, come here, pup. Come here. Okay. Now, come here, little doggo. Where is your toy? There you go. I have a dog that wants to play, and she is not taking no for an answer. She's like, nope, not gonna do it. Okay, come on.
And Grace is called fish sauce because they basically render fish down to just the juices. So there is fish in fish sauce.
Unless you get vegan fish sauce, then that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
I don't think that's actually a thing.
I still don't care for fish sauce.
Okay, now let's see if I can get the next picture up. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm slow. Nope, that's the wrong thing. I'm trying to share the whole wrong thing. I am so slow.
What, those private pictures I sent you? Oh, people are going to talk now.
Okay. um, Okay, let's see. What did I do here? Okay. Okay, so I need to do that and then save that and then open that bad boy. There we go. That's what I did last time.
Yay.
I think I figured it out this time.
Yep.
Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Figured it out again. Haha. I'm fine until I have to share screens, y'all.
Oh, yep. And there's the chicken. Chicken sitting on top of the salt.
Fish Nerd sent me nude pics, y'all.
Yep, that chicken is naked.
Completely nude.
Yep. Well, not completely. I mean, it's showing the parsley stuffing,
Yeah, and
but also
he does got a little
there's
skin there.
yeah there's half a lemon and a head of garlic inside, along with the parsley. But yeah, and after this, I didn't send you the picture of trussing up and tying the legs together to keep them all together. So, but then yeah, if doing a pork or a beef roast, this is where you start with a half inch of salt on the bottom, set your roast in, and keep it fat side up. Towel dry it off. Lay whatever herbs and spices you want on top. Anything other than salt, because obviously you do not need salt.
Yeah, yeah, that got a little bit of salt there.
Oh, just a little bit. Yeah, I used about 6 pounds today.
Oh boy. Yeah, that was another thing. We went to go look at for salt this morning when I finally did get out and go to the store, and like there was one box of salt at the store, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is
It
getting
is.
like really ridiculous.
I've used pickling salt before, and it still works.
I may
So,
have to try that depending on what I can and can't find.
of course, one of my boxes I opened up today was the fine table salt, and it's like, oh, okay, it still worked. And yes, AC, the salt crusting, it just keeps it all the heat inside, and everything is even and keeps moisture inside. And mm,
Yeah, see, like AC, like she knows like all the sciencey stuff about the cooking too. Like that's kind of cool. Fermenting that stuff is like so cool. I'm gonna be making pickles this
ooh,
summer too, so I'm gonna try to actually get that uh, like journal that as I'm doing it, and hopefully I don't screw my pickles up because one time I did and lost a whole 16 jars of pickles, and that was so sad. All those little pickles were just gone
yep,
away.
yeah. I remember canning tomatoes number of years ago, and yeah, I didn't quite seal the jars quite correctly. 27 jars of tomatoes, all bad.
Oh no, yeah, and if you don't sterilize your jars, there's like a whole slew of things that can go wrong if you don't follow steps for reasons.
True. But hey,
I
it was my first time trying.
I'm still not allowed to use a pressure cooker, so Okay, okay. So let's do that, and then open this bad boy and
The
share
next
it.
picture should be at encased in salt.
Yeah, let's get there. I'm getting a little faster now, so haha, found it. There we go. I
There
think
it
I shared.
is.
Yeah,
Now,
that was the case and salt one.
now, if it were a beef or pork boneless roast, I would have put oven safe thermometer into that so I can sit and watch it. I should have done it tonight, but I didn't because I was confident in everything I researched up and said hour is all it needs.
I've learned sometimes when you hear something on the internet, it's not always true,
No.
especially about sea monkeys.
Anything.
Yep, that's true too. You know.
Anything. But yeah, the most important part about doing the salt crust is encasing it tightly and completely, and hopefully you don't have to. Hopefully the crust doesn't break while it's cooking, which does happen, but it's so much better if it's intact.
Yeah, yeah, because I guess that could happen. It dries out or it's not the right consistency, and just like anything, cracks and
Right.
steam and stuff can happen. Okay, this one should not take as long as the last ones because now I'm getting the hang of it. So,
Hey,
all right.
but I will say with doing a normal beef or pork roast, keep an eye on that thermometer, and I always say pull it out of the oven. Oh, when you put it in the oven, switch from 525 down to 425. And then keep checking the thermometer. When the thermometer reads about 5 degrees lower than your desired doneness, um, that's when you pull it out and let it sit for about 5 minutes outside of the oven. And if you've done it correctly, you grab a hammer and break the crust and pull it out. But as you can see, oh, that looks so good. But yeah,
It looks like
the
it's like emerging from the crust.
oh yeah. But I found out that yeah, the deeper reaches just were still a little pink. The breast was beautiful and wonderful. The legs were good, but the very inner part was just a little pink. And yeah, chicken sushi is not a good thing to eat.
No, no, we don't want. I don't want what happened to me to happen to y'all. Well, we still and like I said, we still don't know if it was a virus or food poisoning or what the heck happened to me. But
Or
whatever
both.
it was, I don't want anyone to get that. That was awful.
Well, in my food experiments, Sean can attest. I have poisoned myself more than once.
Oh no.
Hey, it looked good when I pulled it out and started cooking it.
Yeah.
And you get halfway through, and it's like, yeah, it tastes a little different. But I'm hungry, so I eat it anyway. And for the next 2 days, I pay for it. It's happened more than once.
And my dad was like, he was a big one. He was like, you don't waste food, and because he grew up during the Great Depression, and yeah, that was always fun when he's like, eating stuff that's like, Dad, you probably shouldn't eat that, and then he paid for it. He's like, yeah, my mom was
Right.
like, yeah, the kids were
I
right. You
paid for it.
probably,
I don't want to waste the money I paid for this. I'm gonna eat it.
yeah, it's like, why
I
did
shouldn't
you
have
do
eaten
that?
it. Yeah.
And this is the last one. This one's actually that's a pretty one. That's the pretty one.
The pretty one after I sliced it off.
Yeah, Darth, that was me when when I was sick a couple like about a month ago. It was bad. It was bad. I ended up yeah, that was bad. It was
Oh,
not.
good. It did come through. I was hoping that the pictures would show just how juicy that breast chicken was. Oh, there, that wasn't rinsed. That's just sliced and thrown on a plate.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. See, we were gonna do something kind of similar, but with the roast this weekend. But when we got home Saturday and we had no power, it's like, well, that's
Yeah,
not gonna work.
that puts a wrinkle into things.
Yeah, and I mean, I could have done it on the propane grill because you can kind of use a propane grill as an oven,
Oh
but
yeah,
um I was just like, you know what? I don't know how long it's going to be windy and rainy, and I don't want it to blow everything away. So let's just not take any more chances.
right.
Yeah, because
But
and that was another thing that was I just it blew my mind away because I was at the doctor and we were coming home and we were gonna get home around 9:15, and they were like, "Hey, you know what? The storm's gonna hit, your part of Georgia at this time." And I was like, "Well, we should be getting home either right as or right after or something." And we literally pulled on the road to turn onto our little like community, and everything went black. Stuff started falling, and all of a sudden the driver stops and the tree hits the ground. And I was like, oh my goodness gracious, that's not fun.
tree
And
gets tired.
I mean, and it literally it took out the power line, and it went all the way across the road from one side to the next. And I didn't even realize it had taken the power line out when we got like we because we jumped over the tree to get into our community because one of our neighbors came to get us, but it was pouring rain, so I wasn't like thinking about taking pictures or video or anything, and I should have just snapped a picture of it. But yeah, I was like, wow, I almost fried myself too. So I was like, that was smart. So yeah, don't ever just jump over a tree when there's power lines around.
No, not advised.
Yeah, don't do what I do.
No, and yeah, I can also say don't hide underneath the 20 some foot tall pine tree on a golf course during a thunderstorm.
Yeah, and that's what the problem is around here is the pine trees we have. That's all we have around us. We do have like a couple of oaks and maples and dogwoods and stuff like that, but mostly it's pines, and they fall so
Oh yeah,
easy.
especially when the ground gets saturated
Yeah,
and they start falling like dominoes.
yeah. So yeah, all of our cooking stuff Saturday just went downhill. So we are going to try that next weekend. So I am excited to do that.
Oh, you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that was another thing. AC just talked about salt crusting a fish. That's the other thing I had heard about that people salt crusted was fish.
yep.
Like, there was something else. I was like, what else can you salt crust? That's what it was.
You even saw crushed potatoes. Just about anything. I've never tried potatoes. Maybe I'll have to try, but
Yeah, like my husband when he does our baked potatoes, he kind of does something that's almost salt crusting, but he'll like wash the potatoes and he rolls them in salt. So, but he doesn't like pack it on like that thick on the potato, but it does actually give the potato skins a really good flavor. So, I would suggest trying that if you haven't ever, rolled your potato in some salt, like a whole bunch of salt.
yeah.
And Mrs. C, I really wish my stove and oven were gas. I've,
Oh, so do I.
um, we kind of had everything retrofitted to electric in our home, because we had a neighbor who had gas in their trailer and it exploded. So we were like, you know what? No, we're gonna take the gas out of our house. Bad idea. Now, in hindsight, I would have kept it.
Yeah, same here. Same here. It wasn't an option here, but yeah, it may be in the future if I redo the kitchen. But yeah, and Sean, of course, outed me. I raise fish. I don't care to eat them. I will cook them. But
Yeah, I'm more of a, I like fish to look at, not to eat. My husband's big on fish. I'm just not a. I like the crustaceans. Like
oh
I'll eat
yeah,
shrimp. Like if my brine shrimp were like bigger shrimp, they'd be in trouble because I'd probably cook them. But you'd have to cook a lot of them to even bother.
oh exactly.
Oh, and I think one of our females is pregnant, but I don't know how or when that happened.
It actually happens.
Because I never saw them doing the thing. So, and there's
Yeah,
only
it happens when you weren't watching. But yeah,
exactly, yeah, but there's only two males in the tank that I can tell, that I can obviously tell that from the adults, because there's like six adults in the tank at this point, and there's two that have like the big face grabbers, and then the rest are females. And out of all the females, it's just one pregnant female, and I'm like,
one is carrying eggs.
it's like, how did that happen? When did that happen?
Almost as bad as your teenage daughter. Uh, your what?
I've been calling that one Mary since she doesn't appear to be one of the other ones that already had a name. It's not the AC or see, like I figured that if the first mating pair that I caught, I would call that one the fish nerd Sean Coffee couple. Because
Okay.
it just be fitting. But it just didn't happen. I was like, man, I was like waiting for this moment to get it on video, and it's like, damn.
Ooh, shrimp porn.
So now we just got the little Virgin Mary swimming around in there.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, but one of the male ones, he is like so weird because he bounces off the tank, and he does these little loop the loops, and I actually think that's the one that's the juju one.
Oh no.
that yeah, because I obviously named them before I knew what they were. Yeah, I'm not right in the head, Grace. I'm sorry. I'm not right. I had to go there. But I really think that's the juju one because it's always around the rock. Hey, Teresa.
Hello,
Sorry.
Teresa.
But yeah, yeah, it's the one that's always around the rock, but it's always doing loop the loops, and it's always like bouncing off the tank. But where the bubbler is, it always like swims like over to the bubbles, gets in the bubbles, and then it shoots itself across the tank. And I'm like, there's just something really weird about you.
Oh,
But
that's the fish nerd shrimp.
that's probably the fish nerd one. And like, but they're so weird. Like I'm trying to find a way where I can get the camera on them and actually and get some video of them, because there's, like I said, there's like six adults in there, and they're all doing some like some really goofy stuff in the tank.
This is why they're called sea monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, from loop to loops, the one just sits there and spins in circles. And I'm like, man, that one's definitely me, because I am like so confused. I don't know which end is up. I'm just
Constantly chasing our own tails. Yep.
yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't know where Jujubee went. She's around here somewhere. I'll have to hunt her down later. Oh, but yeah. So the sea monkeys have been quite adventurous on the last few days, but I've been trying to catch them. Um, I've got an LED light that's got some different lighting colors, so I've been playing around with the lighting colors to see if that helps. Any, and so far that doesn't work. But I'm gonna have to invest in like a camera, an actual digital camera, not a cell phone camera or a little webcam, but
Yeah.
a real deal camera. And I'm looking into that at this point, just because I want to be able to film some of the, like, even if I got some more fish, like when I do start the tanks with the fish in them, I want to be able to video those as well. And I just don't think the equipment I have at the moment is going to work. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, I've only done with the phone, and you've seen my pictures and my video. They leave to be a bit to be desired.
yeah, and and if there, the pictures, you can get some great pictures. I know I can get some decent pictures with my phone. Um, but when they're moving so fast and you just don't have the camera that can catch it, it's hard. So, um, yes, I do. I want to get it in 4D. Um, but and I'm trying to get even my kids to help me because I know they can do better camera work than I can just because I don't know how to use the camera too. Um, and they're better at it than me.
And they
So
grew up with it.
yeah, they grew up with more technology than I did. So
Oh,
I'm trying to figure it out. I'll get there. I know eventually I'll get there. Um,
yeah. I'm from the age of where my high school papers were written with help from an encyclopedia,
exactly.
way before Google.
Like when I started high school, it was like we had computers in the school for like a couple of years, but they were those, the ones you played Oregon Trail on.
Yep.
And we had just gotten our first actual like iMac or Macintosh or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, we had Apple computers, but they were not the Apple people think of.
No, the Apple II. They were. I want to say about the size of a bread box, plus the monitor, plus anything you had on it.
Dart, that's because he's from Wisconsin. And yeah, you know, we like Wisconsin, so yeah, they have good cheese.
Yes, I'm a cheesehead. I'll admit it.
But yeah, I'm just it's the technology today. Like, and I mean, I'm not even that old. It's just I didn't when technology was like everyone was into technology. I was just not interested, and now that I'm interested, I'm so far behind. So yes, exactly what AC just said. A number two pencil and a big pen.
You had a big pen? Gosh, I just had a pencil.
The actual first computer I had, we had a gateway built for us, and we way overpaid for that thing. That thing was like $5,000. Oh man! And then a year and a half later, it was obsolete.
Yeah, the best I had in high school was the Texas Instrument TI 35 science computer or
Oh
science
yeah,
calculator.
yeah. And the only reason I got that gateway computer is because I wanted the damn cow box. Oh, as Juju would say, I'm a sucker for marketing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Um, the good thing is we've had hummingbird sightings. So I think with the camera equipment I have, I can actually film that. So I'm happy about that. I did get my plants bought this weekend, so I need to find the pictures of those. I haven't gotten all of them, but I did buy a few. I got a lot of tomatoes and I got some cucumbers, but I have more cucumber seeds, so I need to start those. Yeah, those gateways, and they did not last long. They really did.
Uh, Now, did you get the water plants planted yet?
Yes, I have those in,
Good.
and I'm hoping they stay. Um, I'm still waiting on my new filter to come though. I just have one of those little sponge filters in for now. So I'm gonna hopefully my filter will be here. And then after I ordered the filter, I found some smaller filters and I was like, but you know what, I don't think those were gonna work anyway. Because they were for like 3 gallon tanks and I was like, this is a 10 gallon tank, that wasn't gonna work. But yeah, whatever. I'm rambling. Um
That's
but
fine.
the good thing is the tank that I found that they threw away, the filter on it doesn't work. But my daughter did have one that is the exact same size of the one that didn't work.
Good.
So I have a whole other tank with filter set up.
We just got to find a place to set it up.
Yes, yeah, I need to find a place set up. I think I'm gonna set that one up in my bedroom and maybe get like a little beta and put in there and
Okay.
couple little plants, because I think it's close to like a 3 or 5 gallon tank, and hopefully that should be enough for a little beta fish.
Oh yeah.
And then the one that I had the sea monkeys in, I know that one for sure is like a 5 gallon. And then I got to find a place for that 20 gallon one that I've got. So I'm trying to find another table somewhere to put that one on. But yeah, I'm about to have like 6 tanks set up everywhere.
That's a good start.
Yeah, you know.
Not everyone can have 130 some around the house. Yeah.
The only thing that's going to be kind of sad is like when I get my RV, I won't be able to, take the aquariums with me, but, I can leave my sister-in-law in charge of all the fish. Giving me a look like, no. Now she's not even looking at me, and I can feel her giving me the bird. Like, no. It's like I can just feel the look, like I'm not taking care of your stuff, lady. It's like, but you will.
Yeah, I can see if something happens to me. Yeah, Sean will be giving away all the tanks. So
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll take some of those things. I'll come load the RV up.
there you go.
I'll take those off Sean's hand.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'll put them, but
Just add a little 20-foot trailer to the RV. You'll be fine.
Just haul them around with me. Uh, Luckily, I have only had one cat stick their foot in the tank, so we're doing good. And since then, they have not gotten back near the water.
And my little one loves to climb on the top of the tanks.
Hmm. I think that's the reason he was drawn to the top of it, is because it was warm.
Yep.
And I was like, no, buddy, you're not going to want to do that. And he went to jump down and he knocked the top and his foot went right in. And I was like, yeah, I think you learned your lesson. He was kind of like sullen for about half an hour because he was like, my foot's wet. Oh, well, y'all, it has been a very long weekend.
Yes, it has.
and I am very, very tired. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this a night tonight. Thank you, Fish Nerd, for coming and hanging out with me. I
Hey,
appreciate
not a problem. It's always a blast.
it. And
Always a
thank you,
blast.
Sean, for sharing him, because I was lost. I didn't even know. I was like, man, I don't even know what I'm doing tonight because nothing went to plan.
Well,
Um,
you had disaster around there.
yeah, very unexpected disaster, too. Like, I was really thrown off by that. So, but I'm glad everyone that, was in the Midwest, was okay and everything. And
I
we're
just got
all,
wet.
y'all
I
just got,
just got a little wet. And of course, I did send you that video of how us Midwesterners deal with tornadoes. I don't see it yet.
it's like, until I see it, we're good.
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well, tomorrow night I got to talk to Juju. We're supposed to be having the Mouse and Bee show, I think, and oh no, not more tornadoes coming Tuesday. No,
Yay.
not more bad weather. No. Um, Grace, or on Tuesday, y'all are doing a Let's Talk Tuesday on the shenanigans. I believe that's what I had read. I did not come prepared with links because I come prepared with nothing apparently. That's gonna be my motto for the next month until I get my stuff back together. All right. Good night, y'all. And if me and Juju are going live tomorrow, I'll put out a little community uh message about it and reminder type thing. But I'll talk to y'all later.
Yep.
Bye.
Everyone sleep well.